if I was spending $2 million to see exactly what I see now with a little bit of repaired concrete, I'd be an idiot, you know? I would like to see something that is of somewhat use to someone other than what's going to see it, turtles and fish, you know, just to repair the concrete. And I don't think, like when I talked with Amy at one point, the structural integrity of the dam, it's not really compromised. If we knew a little more about, you know, I didn't see any engineering points that said where it was fractured. It needs work.
Councillor Martin, your question.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you to Mike, this alternate solution you're talking about, what does that do for silt in the lake and silt falling through to the harbor, and where does that leave us with silt?
Silt remains in Silver Lake. The Silver Lake, I don't believe Silver Lake was constructed originally as a silt trap. I don't think that. I think it was to generate some sort of power for whatever mill was at the Meisner fertilizer property. That's what I kind of thought. It does work for a silt trap. I know that the current coming down there in the spring can be very heavy, and current can remove silt faster than dredging in most times. If you see an aerial view after heavy rain of the harbor, you can see a plume of the silt going out. If the Lions Club were to do their dredge and the mass in front of the dam was put in place like I kind of suggested, which, you know, you fill that up and you can fish off it or whatever you want to do, or maybe you don't want anybody on it. You can, if you did that, and the Silver Lake people, the Lions and whomever did their dredge, that's going to be the silt trap. Silver Lake, as far as I'm aware, over the past bunch of years, has been that silt trap. And I think it will continue to be that silt trap. The current takes a general path, and as it slows down, why, you know, the silt settles out of it. In a swift-moving current, I believe the silt runs right down the dam and always has, and into the Lynn River. It's carried.
Councillor Martin again.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So why would someone consider this alternate solution as opposed to just repairing the dam as the current drawings suggest?
Why would you consider
the sheet piling solution?
Sheet piling solution? I would say it's cost effective, and whether you integrate a fishing spot with it, or possibly, depending on how large you created it, you could incorporate a fish ladder into it to help species get into Silver Lake.
So this is, in a roundabout way, still a repair.
It is a repair. In my belief, I believe that Meisner's Dam does need some attention, but to take it to the existing, I don't believe. I think something a little better. If you can't raise the level of the lake, if $2 million of the taxpayers' money is going to go towards fixing the dam, do you want it exactly the way it is, or do you want something that's more useful? Does M&R ever mention putting in a fish ladder? I've heard it in the past. If what you repair, the methodology you choose to repair it, could assist the M&R and be of less cost to the taxpayer here than just repairing the cement, I see it as an option.
Further questions? Here, Chop.
Thanks, Mike. I just want to kind of point out a few statements that he made, that more than just repairing the dam, there's some options here to put a fish ladder, to put some sort of platform for people to fish. I just want to make sure, again, so we're clear, this isn't, you know, discussing removing the dam. It's just how we might be able to potentially spend less and actually get more out of the tender or the project. Thank you, sir.
Very well. Councillor Michele.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mike, you're currently working in Port Burwell.
I will be in the spring in dredging as soon as the lake allows us to get up there.
Okay, so, and you kind of have an idea what is in Silver Lake. How long would it take to dredge that?
It would depend on the methodology and where, where the depth required. If you're taking out as many cubic meters, I can't remember the figure that you mentioned, but how many? 60,000. And I just roughly, I talked to Cracker one day and he said if you were to dredge that area, it would be in and around $30 per cubic meter. So it doesn't take long to do that math. Depending on where the material, first of all, you have to find out if it's safe to put in certain areas and then where it can go. If it has to be trucked a certain distance from the lake, if it has to go in a lined area, like if it's dirty dirt, or it has to go into a special location. So, how long and how much money there's too many variables to be able to give you an accurate or fairly accurate figure.
Okay, Mike, so it's not possible, like, as an example, could this be done like in a season, or are we?
With the proper equipment, it could be done in a month.
Okay, so
The
we aren't.
proper suction dredges, it could be done in a month.
Okay, thank you, because I'm just sometimes, we haven't asked this question about timing yet, and, sometimes then you find out, oh, I don't want to find out later, well, this is a 4-year project. So it could be done in some reasonable
With the
time.
proper equipment, which locally it isn't available, but it is, we work with associates in the Pickering area that have several machines that go in and do hydraulic suction dredging. And they can move quite a vast amount, depending on the depth that they're asking for.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay. Further? No? Thank you for coming forward and sharing your knowledge with us. And before we take a break, I do want to finalize this Meisner Dam item. So where does Councilor wish to go from here? I would like to pose a question to Mr. Baird, because there's still some people that think that if we repair the Meisner Dam, that the water level is going to be going up to where it was 20 years ago. And it's not going to be. It's going to be the same height as it is right now. Is that correct, Mr. Baird?
That's correct, Mr. Chairman.
So that's what we'd be spending that money on that was tendered at one time. Same height as what it is today. Okay, where do you wish to go? Councilor Van Passen.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Maybe I should ask the mayor this question. Would it be improper to sort of give direction to the mayor to make use of some of those contacts that the Waterfront Preservation Committee had to sort of get that answer? Because we are in the classic catch-22 right now from the discussions I've heard this afternoon that, well, we don't want to fix the dam unless we get a guarantee we're going to fix the pond, but we can't fix the pond unless we get a guarantee to fix the dam. And is it possible that you contact the MOE, MNR, DFO, LPRCA, whatever all these other letters that the delegation or deputation listed off, and see if we can get sort of that commitment from them that they would look favorably at an application to dredge, if we would look favorably at an application to tender the dam, and go from there. Is that possible?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, to Councilor Van Passen, that is possible, and that is kind of what I'm getting at. I think that it would be sort of prudent to formulate this committee. Certainly, that we've heard from everybody here tonight that have been around much longer than I have and have much deeper knowledge on the subject, that I think it would be almost more prudent for them to begin the work and reaching out and tracking down those approvals. But if I see emails coming through saying, well, you need to make a decision on the dam first, I think that's where I would be perhaps willing to step in and say, that suggestion's maybe a little bit ludicrous, that we need to get a decision on the lake in advance. So, I'm hoping that maybe today we could formulate a committee comprised of members of the Port Dover Waterfront Association. I was thinking 2 members of the Lions Club. I was thinking 2 counselors. I actually thought yourself and Councillor Martin would probably be a good choice on there. and then I could work with you to be able to make those contacts to the various ministries.
Okay. Councillor Martin, then Taylor, then Rabbits.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If I may just float this idea out to council, I think that we heard from the Lions members that they are interested in developing the water as is, regardless of the outcome. So I wonder if there's merit in having a conversation about investigating an alternate option to repair, as well as start this committee.
Okay. Who should we put that to? Mr. Baird, can you answer that?
Oh, just more of a question for council, really.
I guess there's nobody taking that up. Councillor Martin. So, Councillor Taylor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and through you to staff. I believe Mr. Grisel would be the individual this goes to. What would a timeline for the formation of a committee like this look like as well, since we have a very good idea of who we want, like members of the public on this committee? Can we just say, could we have it formed and ready to go tomorrow, or Mayor first maybe, and then to you?
I just was thinking more of a working group of sorts, so we don't need terms of reference and all the other things that go with it.
That's what I was going to
We've got
suggest.
a group that gets together and keep it simple and is able to reach out to
Do you
the
want to call it a task force, maybe?
task force, perfect.
Task force, okay.
Something like that.
That's kind of the government terminology today. Councillor Rabbits.
Thank you, Chairman Columbus. And I just would like to, through the chair, to ask our mayor for a point of clarification. I want to know if we are in debate at the time, if there is a motion on the floor to create this task force. Because if not, I would like to put a motion forward to create a task force to explore the repair of the Meisner's Dam. This would eliminate building a new structure and would eliminate the option of decommissioning the Meisner's Dam.
Okay. We have a mover of a motion, recommendation, I should say at this time, a seconder for that. We need a clarification, Councillor Rabbits.
We took off doing nothing. Let's go ahead and take off rebuilding a brand new dam. Let's go ahead and take off decommissioning the existing structure. We're talking about repairs today, and we've had direction from this body that they would like to form a task force committee by another name to explore the option of repairing this structure. And we've got key stakeholders that have expressed that they're willing to engage us in this endeavor, and that is the intent of my motion, to take them up on that offer.
Okay, can you repeat the recommendation that you're putting on the floor clearly so we can get a better grasp of it?
To create a task force,
Okay,
to engage key stakeholders for the repair of the Meisner's Dam.
okay. Councillor Martin.
My concern with this is that by eliminating those other solutions, we've already got a bit of a plan as to how to repair the dam, and I can hear community members aren't happy with creating a task force to discuss how we're going to repair it when that's kind of already been articulated through some reports and whatnot. So the point of my earlier comment about floating out an alternate suggestion that may cost less is to utilize a task force to still look at repairs that may be a little bit cheaper, and then have additional money left over to talk about what everything else looks like that we've heard from these community members today. Although I appreciate Councillor Rabbit's motion, I think we're spinning our wheels and maybe adding a task force with no direct purpose per se.
Okay, we do need clear direction here. Did I see another hand up? Mayor Chop.
Could we just maybe just take 2 minutes to think about how we might word this, and then
Sure.
so that we get a good motion on the
Through you, Mr. Chair, that is a bit of an issue because we are debating something publicly now. So if we break off and go into small groups and start discussing it, we aren't meeting the transparency or accountability
I totally
requirements.
agree.
To be clear, I wasn't
Let's keep
proposing
it on the floor.
break it off into a group, just that we could have a second, if I might propose a friendly amendment to your motion, then that we create a task force to determine the best course of action for repairs, and I just need a second. This was to think about the wording here. To a task force to investigate the repairs options before being put to tender, and ensure or communicate with the regulatory authorities to determine whether or not we are able to gain regulatory approvals.
Okay, we had a recommendation on the floor. Did I have a seconder for that? Clerk? No, okay. So, did you get that, Mr. Clerk, the recommendation?
If we could just, we don't need to break off into a group, just have 60 seconds here, 2 minutes, just sitting
Okay,
quietly
yep,
at our
I
desk
won't
to
even
try to
time
write
you.
something down. Perfect.
You can work on that. I'm going to call on Councillor Van Pass and then Rabbits.
I will throw my quick edit, a motion to create a task force to engage key stakeholders to coordinate the revitalization of Silver Lake with potential repairs to the Meisner Dam. Is that what we were looking at with our key stakeholders?
Okay.
Two parts.
I think that wording's great, and I'm just thinking rather than leave this on the table for the future, if the members of the task force comprised of 2 members from the Lions Club, 2 members from the Port Dover Waterfront Association, Councilors Martin and Councilors Van Passen, and somebody that's representing the fishermen.
Okay. Going back to you, Councillor Rabbits. There you go. You're good
Here we
now.
go, I'm back. Okay, I didn't have a seconder. I had a friendly amendment proposed, and I accept. I would like it read back one more time, and I would like to call the question.
Do you want Councillor Van Passen's version or the mayor's version? Did you
Well,
get
isn't that the
Mr. Clerk?
question of the day? I would like Councillor Van Passen's version read back.
Okay,
please.
let's go for it, Mr. Clerk.
Okay, the council create a task force to coordinate with stakeholders the revitalization of Silver Lake with the repair to Meisner Dam to consist of 2 members of the Lion Clubs, 2 members of the Waterfront Association, Councillor Martin, Councillor Van Passen, and 1 representative of the fisheries industry.
Agreed.
Okay, does everybody understand that recommendation? Is there any discussion about it? And did I get a seconder on that? Mayor Chop seconds that, okay. And yes, did you have a discussion, Councillor Martin?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. If this is the route that council is deciding they want to go, I want to specify that this task force is to be created with the purpose of creating a roadmap with specific timelines and dates, and further that staff be directed to treat this as a high priority issue.
Is that an amendment to the recommendation?
Friendly amendment?
Okay.
Councillor Van
Does mover
Passen?
and seconder accept that?
Accepted.
Looks like it. Councillor Michele? Oh, you're just accepting. Okay, thanks. I'm going to, because of the complexity of this, I'm going to ask the clerk to read it all back, okay, before we vote. He's earning his pay tonight, man.
That a task force be organized to consult with key stakeholders to coordinate the revitalization of Silver Lake with the repair to Meisner Dam to consist of 2 members of the Port Dover Lions Club, 2 members of the Waterfronts Association, Councillors Martin, Councillors Van Passen, and 1 representative of the fishing industry, and that the task force be directed to create a roadmap of timelines for the repair of Meisner Dam and Silver Lake, and that staff be directed to provide this initiative a high priority.
Okay, everybody understand that? Councillor Michele?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'm just wondering if I can maybe make a small friendly amendment to have one representative from the Port Dover Yacht Club be on that committee.
Okay, another amendment to that. Is that a friendly amendment to the mover and seconder?
Agreed.
Okay, good. Can you add that, sir? Okay, I'm going to call the vote if there's no more discussion. Those in favor? That's carried. Thank you. I just want to make something clear here. You know, this Meisner Dam issue has been a difficult issue for the past council and for this council, as you saw it here. You know, the former council has been chastised for not making a decision, and you saw the difficulties we've had around this table with the new council making the decision. You know, the old boys club wasn't that far off on things. And at one time, we were very close to accepting a tender on this. It got voted down. But you can understand the complexity and the issues that the former council and this council are facing with respect to this important project in Port Dover. Thank you. So, we will take a break and reconvene in what? Half an hour?
On a strip of sandy soil lies a county called Norfolk. It's Ontario's south coast, you know, and it's surely not remote. If you pass through or spend a day or decide to call it home, you'll see why we love it here and are proud to call it our own. Norfolk, Norfolk, a southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Take in the small town atmosphere, be amazed at all that we grow. Like our kids that go and see the world and can't wait to return home. Drop a line in a placid lake or stroll along the shore. Take a tour on a peaceful country road and bound to be back for more. Of Norfolk, Norfolk, my southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. With hard work, we built a dream that only willing hands could do. It's on display at our fall fairs and at all the festivals too. Erie beaches, Carolinian forests, where the flower and dogwoods bloom. Patchwork fields and rolling hills, it's just the place for you. Norfolk, Norfolk, a southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Norfolk, 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 you won't be a stranger long. On a strip of sandy soil lies a county called Norfolk. It's Ontario's south coast, you know, and it's surely not remote. If you pass through or spend a day or decide to call it home, you'll see why we love it here and are proud to call it our own. Norfolk, Norfolk, We know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Take in the small town atmosphere, be amazed at all that we grow. Like our kids that go and see the world and can't wait to return home. Drop a line in a placid lake or stroll along the shore. Take a tour on a peaceful country road and bound to be back for more. Of Norfolk, Norfolk, my Southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. With hard work, we built a dream that only willing hands could do. It's on display at our fall fairs and at all the festivals too. Erie beaches, Carolinian forests, where the flower and dogwoods bloom. Patchwork fields and rolling hills, it's just the place for you. Norfolk, Norfolk, a southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Norfolk, 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 you won't be a stranger long. On a strip of sandy soil lies a county called Norfolk. It's Ontario, south coast, you know, and it's surely not remote. If you pass through or spend a day or decide to call it home, you'll see why we love it here and are proud to call it our own. Norfolk, Norfolk, a southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Take in the small town atmosphere, be amazed at all that we grow. Like our kids that go and see the world and can't wait to return home. Drop a line in a placid lake or stroll along the shore. Take a tour on a peaceful country road and bound to be back for more. Of North, on a strip of sandy soil lies a county called Norfolk. It's Ontario, south coast, you know, and it's surely not remote. If you pass through or spend a day or decide to call it home, you'll see why we love it here and are proud to call it our own. Norfolk, Norfolk, a southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Take in the small town atmosphere, be amazed at all that we grow. Like our kids that go and see the world and can't wait to return home. Drop a line in a placid lake or stroll along the shore. Take a tour on a peaceful country road and bound to be back for more. of Norfolk, Norfolk, my Southern County home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. With hard work, we built a dream that only willing hands could do. It's on display at our fall fairs and at all the festivals too. Erie beaches, Carolinian forests, where the flower and dogwoods bloom. Patchwork fields and rolling hills, it's just the place for you. Norfolk, Norfolk, a Southern County home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Norfolk, 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 you won't be a stranger long. On a strip of sandy soil lies a county called Norfolk. It's Ontario's south coast, you know, and it's surely not remote. If you pass through or spend a day or decide to call it home, you'll see why we love it here and are proud to call it our own. Norfolk, Norfolk, a Southern County home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Take in the small town atmosphere, be amazed at all that we grow. Like our kids that go and see the world and can't wait to return home. Drop a line in a placid lake or stroll along the shore. Take a tour on a peaceful country road and bound to be back for more. Of Norfolk, Norfolk, my Southern County home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. With hard work, we built a dream that only willing hands could do. It's on display at our fall fairs and at all the festivals too. Erie beaches, Carolinian forests, where the flower and dogwoods bloom. Patchwork fields and rolling hills, it's just the place for you. Norfolk, Norfolk, a Southern County home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Norfolk, 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 you won't be a stranger long. On a strip of sandy soil lies a county called Norfolk. It's Ontario's south coast, you know, and it's surely not remote. If you pass through or spend a day or decide to call it home, you'll see why we love it here and are proud to call it our own. Take in the small town atmosphere, be amazed at all that we grow. Like our kids that go and see the world and can't wait to return home. Drop a line in a placid lake or stroll along the shore. Take a tour on a peaceful country road, bound to be back for more. Of North.
What I love most about Norfolk County, I think, would be the vastness of the county, how it's big and there's breathing space, and there are so many little pockets of beauty, natural beauty.
I love the seasons here. The springtime, the rain falling on the earth. I'm a farmer, so I enjoy those aspects of it, the smell of the rain. The summer times, we have beautiful, warm summers here.
You have such pristine water here. You have some of the finest cold water streams in Ontario with Big Creek and Youngs Creek and others that produce great fishing.
Norfolk is very heavily forested, beautiful color in the autumn. The sun shines very brightly here in the wintertime, so I love the 4 distinct seasons we have here in Norfolk County.
What people find remarkable about Norfolk County, I think, is that our sense of community and us working together.
I think of us as a little bit of, we have these ecospheres in our store. They're these self-sustaining little balls that, completely take care of themselves. We're a little bit like that, in our area. We have so much here.
My kids grow up knowing what it's like to produce a piece of fruit or produce some food, some vegetables, and put them on the table, how much effort that takes. And I think that's important.
When people come into the shop, we pull out the map and we show them the wineries and the breweries, and we tell them about the local dining in town, and we'll tell them about the lavender farm, and along the way show them produce stands that they could stop to pick up some goodies.
Everything that we want to do socially and all of our extracurricular activities are right here. And when you join groups, these people they'll want to get to know you immediately. That's our nature. We're curious and we're supportive and we're interested.
Sometimes opportunity just kind of happens when you're talking to someone and having a conversation with someone here in Norfolk. The next thing you know, you're collaborating with them on a project or activity.
The amount of people within our community that support our business is outstanding, because it's a give and take relationship. If you support everyone else, they will support you, and it makes our community that much stronger and that much better.
I think that working with the local businesses here, everyone's very welcoming. Every time I meet a new business owner, and I love to go to new stores and new restaurants that open up and introduce ourselves and welcome them to the community. It's easy to fall in love with Norfolk County.
My advice to a family that's thinking about moving here is to come and visit. Come and spend a week. Come and experience everything that we have to offer, because you're going to find an amazing quality of life.
You're 10 minutes away from a beach. You're 5 minutes away from a dog park. There's so much opportunity in an area like this for young entrepreneurs, young families, even, senior entrepreneurs that are doing that as well.
I'm very happy. I'm lucky, very lucky I can be here, It's a good place to raise family too.
We don't have this sort of slick veneer over us. We're really comfortable in our own skin, and artists are making art because they love to make art, and musicians are writing songs because they love to write songs.
And just because you're not from here doesn't mean that you can't embrace what makes Norfolk great. Sort of our diversity, the wonderful landscapes here.
And it's just a great area. You're going to meet great people. You're going to have a supportive environment. We can compete on an international stage with anybody. And that's how we have to start looking at the world.
You just have to be willing to work hard, realize the potential that there is here, and just put yourself to work and create that opportunity for yourself.
I found that as a young entrepreneur, I was given every opportunity
I could want. Just put yourself out there. Go to local events, and you're going to bump into all kinds of people that are going to be, important business connections to you.
Everybody's so willing to help somebody else out. I think that's the best thing about even being a business owner in Norfolk County.
We're a small community, but there's so much support here, whether it's a restaurant or ecotourism. We just have this appetite, and if you've got a great idea, you've got a willing community that's going to get behind your idea.
Some of the advice that I would give entrepreneurs coming to Norfolk County would be to think outside of the Norfolk box, but don't forget what's in the Norfolk box. Because we have a lot to offer, we have a lot of great people, a lot of great opportunities.
Norfolk County.
Entrepreneurs grow here.
Norfolk County.
Ideas grow here.
Norfolk County.
You grow here.
You grow here.
You grow here.
On a strip of sandy soil lies a county called Norfolk. It's Ontario, south coast, and it's surely not remote. If you pass through or spend a day or decide to call it home, you'll see why we love it here and are proud to call it our own. Norfolk, Norfolk, a southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Take in the small town atmosphere, be amazed at all that we grow. Like our kids that go and see the world and can't wait to return home. Drop a line in a placid lake or stroll along the shore. Take a tour on a peaceful country road and bound to be back for more. Of Norfolk, Norfolk, my southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. With hard work we built a dream that only willing hands could do. It's on display at our fall fairs and at all the festivals too. Erie beaches, Carolinian forests, where the flower and dogwoods bloom. Patchwork fields and rolling hills, it's just the place for you. Norfolk, Norfolk, a southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Norfolk, 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 you won't be a stranger long. On a strip of sandy soil lies a county called Norfolk. It's Ontario, south coast, and it's surely not remote. If you pass through or spend a day or decide to call it home, you'll see why we love it here and are proud to call it our own. Norfolk, Norfolk, a southern county home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Take in the small town atmosphere, be amazed at all that we grow. Like our kids that go and see the world and can't wait to return home. Drop a line in a placid lake or stroll along the shore. Take a tour on a peaceful country road and bound to be back for more. Of Norfolk, Norfolk, my Southern County home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. With hard work, we built a dream that only willing hands could do. It's on display at our fall fairs and at all the festivals too. Erie beaches, Carolinian forests, where the flower and dogwoods bloom. Patchwork fields and rolling hills, it's just the place for you. Norfolk, Norfolk, a Southern County home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Norfolk, 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 you won't be a stranger long. On a strip of sandy soil lies a county called Norfolk. It's Ontario, south coast, you know, and it's surely not remote. If you pass through or spend a day or decide to call it home, you'll see why we love it here and are proud to call it our own. Norfolk, Norfolk, a Southern County home. Norfolk, Norfolk, we know you can't go wrong with the friendly folk of Norfolk. You won't be a stranger long. Take in the small town atmosphere, be amazed at all that we grow. Like our kids that go and see the world and can't wait to return home. Drop a line in a placid lake or stroll along the